Before we surrender into the arms of love, I'd like to share two little pieces of wisdom that came into my life this past week or two. A young woman at a yoga class, way wiser than her years, shared this thought with a group of 20-odd yogis on the floor. The path is the obstacle. The path is the obstacle. What that brought to my mind was this notion of what if all the hard stuff in the world, the hard stuff in my life, the worries, the fear, what if that's where the good is? What if that's where the growth comes from? Something to think about. I've also recently learned that every thought we have carries an energetic frequency. And when we think that thought, it creates instantaneously a chemical in our body that is expressed as an emotion. Our thoughts create our chemistry in the form of emotion. Sometimes it's really hard to find that truth because it makes us feel bad. We can't reach. We know we're supposed to reach for gratitude, for love, but we can't find it. But when we think about it, and when we recognize our thoughts as chemistry, it's really empowering. And so I offer you the chance now to bring your hands to your heart if you feel comfortable. Let's just take a couple of breaths and come into our presence. Inviting the stillness. And I invite you to bring somebody, some situation, some moment in time, anything that gives you a little feeling of, oh. And if it's a hard day, if that's not where you are right now, totally get it. That's okay. Can you bring to your heart the idea that this challenge, this unsettledness in me is the path? Because when I can overcome this, when I can be okay in spite of this, I'm growing deeply and profoundly. That thought invites a little self-love, a little self-compassion. And so whether you have your favorite pet, your favorite person, a special moment, this moment, or compassion for yourself in your heart, can you just tell yourself, thank you? I love you, thank you. Tell that situation, thank you. That person. We know that when we generate gratitude and love, our chemistry responds. Our adrenal glands stop making cortisol. and our pineal gland or our brain starts to make serotonin and dopamine. The more we spend time in this state of gratitude, the better life becomes, regardless of what's going on around us. And so we'll move into the silence for just a couple of minutes. And in this energy of gratitude, appreciation, love, let's call to mind those people, those situations, those places in the world where it's really hard to feel gratitude. And let's know in our hearts that the energy we create from a room full of gratitude moves out into the world. Energy doesn't need to be in physical matter. Energy moves wherever we place our attention. And as a collective, we unite our gratitude and our love, and we send it to anyone and everyone. It's in our consciousness, and I invite you to say their names out loud softly if that helps. The obstacle is the path. And in that same consciousness of gratitude and understanding that the growth comes from the hard stuff, I hold the prayer box full of so many requests from members of our community, guests in our community. And whether the prayers be for health, greater abundance, help with relationships, it doesn't matter. It's energy. And may these people know that as soon as they turn their attention to the gratitude, as soon as they see that the obstacle is the path, it is done. And we hold that energy for them, inviting them into that knowing and